Technology is a life force.
Technology's become like breathing. We can't live without it, and we're not aware of it until there's a problem.
In the technology category, devices, content and distribution systems have coalesced into parallel and competing ecosystems. New and shiny alone isn't enough. No one is unassailable. The winning brands attempt to be omnipresent and indispensable. Life is blended.
We're increasingly moving seamlessly between our personal, social and business aspects of our lives, or we occupy these spaces simultaneously.
Technology enables this fluidity. Brands must keep up as we move along the personal, social and business. Brands that force us to pause or switch devices risk losing us. Location is not important.
Location is everywhere. Location doesn't matter anymore. You can reach the consumer anywhere that's convenient for them, both physically or virtually.
Brands in all categories need to meet consumers wherever they are. Each space, physical or virtual, can serve a different and appropriate function. Consumers expect what they've paid for, and maybe a little bit more.
Customers shop from a broad portfolio of brands. A woman might purchase an inexpensive dress but then mix it with an expensive accessory.
Consumers calibrate their expectations realistically. They're fine when the customer service of a value brand lacks intimate personal attention, but impatient if it lacks efficiency. Consumers don't expect everything from a brand, just what they've paid for, the brand promise and maybe a little bit more, like finding some luxury feel in a mass market setting. Consumers expect the experience that a brand promises to be executed flawlessly across categories. Having encountered excellent brand promises in some categories, consumers now apply these standards across all categories. They expect excellent brand experience and have little patience when it's missing, and they don't necessarily expect to pay extra for it. No category or channel is immune. No aspect of the brand is excluded. It's tough to deliver, but that's now the gold standard. Brands are becoming media.
Brands are increasingly fulfilling the role once occupied by traditional media, creating content and organising it for relevant target audiences.
That's because the brand's customer data is often more targeted and detailed. This phenomenon is most apparent in retail because retailers collect and organise an enormous volume of customer data that can be monetized. The role of reputation is rising. Trust is a precious and declining commodity. Brands are attempting to restore trust after it eroded in certain categories.
Corporate reputation becomes more important as a way to confer credibility.
After years of fracturing into sub-brands, some corporations are benefiting by promoting their brands under the corporate umbrella authority. Corporate reputation is especially important to fortify brands on areas like environmental responsibility and good citizenship. Presence in fast-growing markets is imperative for global brands. Even in a year of slowed economic expansion in the fast-growing markets, it's clear that brand presence here is no longer optional for some categories. There's a correlation between high brand value and presence in fast-growing markets. Presence doesn't assure high brand value, but absence makes high value much more difficult to achieve in more categories. The individual is the expert.
Information is available everywhere to anyone, anytime. The brand-customer relationship and conversation is now amongst equals.
Brands and customers learn from each other. Brands gain direction and co-creation possibilities, which binds themselves closer to their consumers.